again. Hey everyone, Henriello here, welcome back. Today we are going to watch The Trouble with Harry. Yes, we are on another Hitchcock run. I just read a comment which said maybe I'm finally done with the Hitchcock movies. Well, nope, I'm not done with Hitchcock, and Hitchcock is not done with me. Not yet, anyway. I may have maybe one or two more runs of Hitchcock because there are a few more of the more well-known Hitchcock movies that I'm gonna watch. And then the less well-known ones, well, I haven't really decided whether I wanna watch it and put it on YouTube or maybe just make it available only on Patreon so I don't have to put too much, editing to turn into a YouTube version. But we'll see. So for today, we're gonna watch The Trouble of Harry. Apparently, this is less thriller and more of a mystery comedy. So let's see what Hitchcock has to provide for us in comedy. Speaking of comedy, there's one movie I think by Mel Brooks called High Anxiety. So I plan to watch that after I'm done with all my Hitchcock runs, maybe. But I'll definitely watch that afterwards. Trouble with Harry. What did Harry do? Oh, the music scores by Bernard Herrmann. The good old days where kids can just wander around in the forest, just run around having fun. Kid's got good instincts. He dropped to the ground right away.
Okay, I know how to handle your type.
If we haven't rung up at least 2 rabbits, we deserve to go home empty-handed. Blessed do they who expect nothing, for they shall not be disappointed. Those plump rabbits waiting for the frying pan.
Never had rabbit before.
If this can had 4 legs and a tail, we'd be eating it tonight. Rice cake, I've done him in. Mother always said I'd come to a bad end.
Are you sure you shot him?
Captain Wilde.
Well, she seems pretty chill.
What seems to be the trouble, Captain?
He's dead.
Yes.
Well, she's so calm about it. Yep, that's a dead body.
Doesn't live around here.
Well, he died around here. That's what counts now.
Embarrassing.
Embarrassing.
I'm going to hide him, cover him up, forget him.
Bury him.
Forget you saw me, Miss Gravely.
Do as you think best, Captain. I'm sure you must have met many similar situations in your travels in foreign lands.
I feel better for telling somebody as understanding as yourself.
On the contrary, Captain, perhaps you would care to come over for some blueberry muffins and coffee later on.
This is certainly something of an interesting surprise.
Oh yes, let's just have a really pleasant conversation right beside a dead body.
Goodbye.
Goodbye.
Come on, Captain Wiles. You shouldn't have said you killed him. You might not even have been the one who killed him. Probably.
There, Mommy.
Oh no, the kid.
It can't be. Harry.
Oh, she knows him.
Thank Providence, the last of Harry.
Who's Providence, Mommy?
A very good friend.
Why don't they get up and do something?
He's asleep. Let's run home and I'll make you some lemonade. Forget you ever saw this man.
Is there a special way to forget?
Just think of something else.
I'll try not to see him tomorrow, Mommy.
It's a good boy, Arnie.
What did Harry do to her? This place must be a hot spot or something because people are just crossing by.
Couldn't have had more people here if I'd sold tickets.
That's what I thought. Hey, when you're reading a great book,
This could turn out to be the luckiest day of my life.
don't say that too soon.
Might as well sit here till the rest of the world comes by to pay their last respects.
You might have just jinxed it. The whole village is gonna come by here and see the body. Oh, sure, yes. When you come across a dead body, just take his shoes, take his everything. Aren't you gonna take his socks?
Wiggy, you haven't sold a painting. All my pictures in the same place. You think we do any better on Fifth Avenue?
If there's more people there.
But what sort of people, Wiggy? Little people with hats on. How are your cigarettes? I'll buy the other half tomorrow.
Did he just cut the cigarettes in half?
Well, you get paid for being deputy sheriff?
Piecework. Gets paid by the rest, I think.
Wonderful.
Very abstract.
Say, Wiggy, how do you spell Tuscaloosa?
Just like the subtitles.
There shouldn't be any shooting around here. Bullets and guns are dangerous. They kill things.
That's what they're meant to do.
I got a good mind to scout around and find out who's doing the shooting. Level a little fine.
Where's Calvin? Off somewhere's unimportant.
Calvin.
What'd you want Calvin for?
These marvelous pictures. Why don't you sell them? Make a lot of money.
Never thought of that. Guess I'll just have to think about it.
Well, Miss Gravely, all I know is nobody buys them.
Thank you for your encouragement, Miss Gravely.
Well, now, I wonder how you know my name.
Easy, Wiggy just said it.
What do you think?
I think it'll hold coffee.
It should.
What about the handle?
Hmm?
I mean, does it fit? Is it the right finger size?
What are you trying to make a ring?
I wanted to be certain it would fit a man, a certain size man.
A man? Why, you old social butterfly, you.
Old? How old do you think I am, young man?
How old do you think you are?
42.
You're going to have to show more than your birth certificate to convince a man of that.
What?
Where are your scissors?
Outside.
We're going to cut her hair.
Yeah.
What?
Cut it short. Bring it up to date.
It's already fairly short.
Are you fixed for ribbon?
Should be some around somewhere.
Powder, rouge, lipstick?
I think so.
What's he, a beautician now?
Ah, here they are.
Excuse me, young man.
Sam.
Well.
He was gonna buy your stuff.
All right, Ernest, let's go.
Well, there we go. You just missed your opportunity.
Miss Calvin.
Is he alone?
Yep. Guess he didn't sell his car.
I don't know if it's just me, but it looked like her hair got longer. Can't believe she's getting a haircut sitting right on the counter. Yeah. Feet. Socks. Sure. I mean, when are you gonna get the opportunities to sit down and paint a freshly dead body, right?
Next thing you know, they'll be televising the whole thing.
This your body, little man?
Oh, don't turn me in. It was
Don't admit it! Why did you admit it?
first thing I seen when I rode out this morning was a double-breasted robin, drunk as a hoot owl.
It was accidental. An act of God, perhaps. Suppose, for instance, it was written in the book of heaven that this man was to die. Perhaps it was meant to be a thunderbolt, and there was no thunder available, say. Well, then you come along and you shoot him. Heaven's will is done, and destiny fulfilled.
It's just you justifying a killing.
Well, I know the police and their suspicious ways. You're guilty until you're proved innocent. I want nothing more to do with them.
I thought I was innocent until proved guilty.
Suppose someone starts to care after you've buried him.
I can't wait for people to start caring whenever they feel like it.
Suppose that woman who called him Harry, suppose she decides she loves him after all.
Pretty as a rainbow. Wish I was 2 years younger.
More than 2 years younger.
I'll do my best. That's all a man can do.
If you're not careful, you will get a murder charge lined up. How about that envelope with his name and address on it? By rights, you should mail him back home.
Mail the body back home.
We'll find out how well Mrs. Rogers knows this man and whether she intends to notify the police of his death. And I personally will help you bury Harry.
I've got a date with Miss Gravely.
Not you.
Oh, Sam. She could do a lot worse, you know.
Do you realize that you'll be the first man to cross her threshold?
Yes, very well preserved. And preserves have to be opened someday.
Of course, another person comes along. Ah, it's him again. Is he seriously reading a book while walking around all afternoon?
Oh, I beg your pardon.
Your pardon. What book is he reading? I need that book.
I hope I never have to be operated on by Dr. Greenbow.
Do I know Captain Wiles? Was he in a movie I watched before? Because he seems almost familiar.
You're the most wonderful, beautiful thing I've ever seen. You certainly are a lovely woman. I'd like to paint you nude.
Oh, wow.
Perhaps I've come at an awkward moment.
You've made the moment awkward.
You have.
I got me a little frog. Good.
An actual frog.
There he is.
I'll trade ya.
Your mother for mine?
Rabbit for the frog.
It's yours, Arnie.
Why are you putting a frog in a paper bag and why are you bringing it here?
How do rabbits get to be born?
Same way elephants do.
Oh, sure.
Wow, great answer. I thought he had to start explaining the birds and the bees.
I'll come back tomorrow.
When's that?
Day after today.
That's yesterday. Today's tomorrow.
It was.
When was tomorrow yesterday, Mr. Morrow?
Today.
No, 2 days ago.
Can I borrow your rabbit, Mr. Morrow?
Sure, Arnie.
You never know when a dead rabbit might come in handy.
Sure.
It ought to get me one frog.
Okay, good point.
Who's the man up on the path? The dead man.
Oh, him. That's my husband.
Your husband's dead, then.
Oh,
Harry is Arnie's father, then.
No, Arnie's father's dead.
So's Harry.
He was too good to live. Horribly good.
I like your mouth, too. Especially when you say, good. Where'd Arnie get the rabbit?
I think Captain Wiles shot it.
You see, we don't know quite what to do with Harry.
You can stuff him for all I care.
What did he do to you? Besides marry you?
It was a long time ago, and I was in love.
What was his name?
Robert. And then Robert got killed. Then I discovered little Arnie was on the way. He wanted to marry me because he was Robert's brother and felt noble. It was on my second wedding night that I learned the truth.
second wedding night.
You didn't learn on your first.
Wait, does she mean the first wedding night is Robert, second wedding night is Harry, or this?
How old are you,
Never
Mr.
mind.
Marlowe?
I don't want to know.
About 30.
This is what happened.
What, did she want to ask because she thought he was younger than 18 years old?
There was a full moon, and I sat by the window because I thought it would show off my new nightie to advantage.
Naturally. When does Harry come in?
He never came in. He was a Taurus. Don't start any new project that day. It could never be finished. I left him on the spot and went home to Mother's. The end.
That was it?
I knew you'd understand. Nobody else does. Suppose some night I wanted him to do something. Like the dishes, for example.
The dishes.
This morning there was a knock on the door. He wanted me
Okay.
because, as he put it, he suddenly felt some basic urge. Loneliness. Did you see his mustache and his wavy hair?
When I saw him, he was dead.
He looked exactly the same when he was alive, except he was vertical. I hit him over the head with a milk bottle and knocked him silly, staggering up towards the woods, saying he was going to find his wife and drag her home if it killed him.
Hardly it did.
Yeah, it did.
Why, Captain Wiles, what a surprise.
What a surprise.
But you invited me, Miss Gravely.
It's still a surprise.
Oh,
Won't you come in, Captain?
thank you, Ivan.
Thank you, Heaven. Then again, the sign that's hanging at her house is the Haven, isn't it?
A real, handsome man's cup.
It's been in the family for years. My father always used it until he died.
I trust he died peacefully.
He was caught in a threshing machine. Arnie, what are you carrying there?
A rabbit.
What do you call it?
Dead. It ain't mine.
Well, whose is it?
Yours. You shot it.
Where did you find it?
In the blueberry muffins.
What?
One muffin for one rabbit, fair enough.
That was a two-muffin rabbit.
Quite the negotiator.
Don't you worry about Harry. He'll be comfortably underground before nightfall.
Couldn't you just let him slide off the end of your boat pier into the pond?
And have him pop up like a cork? No, sir. Nobody ever popped up from under 4 feet of ground.
You could weigh him down with rocks.
He seems comfortable, Sam. Very comfortable and snug.
And dead.
If what you're telling me about Mrs. Rogers and her husband is right, I agree with you, Sammy.
Based on what Mrs. Rogers said, I don't think Harry did anything wrong at all. Like, why does Mrs. Rogers hate him so?
Facing west, so that Harry can watch the setting sun.
It'll be cozy in winter.
And cool in the summer. You're a lucky fellow, Harry Warp.
I don't think he'll agree with you on that.
I'm dead beat.
I was dead beat 10 minutes ago. I wanted to keep digging until you gave up.
It kind of seemed like Sam was doing the real digging. And then Wiles was just digging the sand that was already on top.
Would you like to say a few words, Captain?
Harry Warp, don't ever show your face around here again.
If you must kill things from now on, I wish you'd stick to rabbits.
Rabbits? I didn't tell you, did I, Sammy? I shot a rabbit today.
Don't shout. I know you did.
One bullet for the no shooting sign, one for the beer can, and one for Harry.
How about,
What
the
about
rabbit?
And one for the rat. 3. One for the shooting sign, one for the beer can, and...
One for the little man who's lying in the grave.
The rabbit.
Oh, Sammy boy, what have you tried to make me do? Trying to make a murderer out of me.
You told everyone you were the one who shot him.
Even if you didn't kill him, why go digging him up now that he's so beautifully planted? Besides, whether you killed him or not, you've incriminated yourself.
You definitely did.
You wouldn't like me to go through my life not knowing if I've killed him or not, would you?
First, you tell me you've got no conscience. Now you talk about something that sounds remarkably like a conscience. If I had my choice, I'd rather be thought a murderer than proved one.
You'd rather be thought of as a murderer than be proved you're one.
Hey, that isn't a bullet wound. I think, Captain Wiles, we're tangled up in a murder.
Oh, really? Wow, I wouldn't have known. I thought he died of natural causes, like a thunderbolt from the sky or something.
Couldn't have been Jennifer. No. What's the matter who did it?
I'm not burying someone else's bad habits.
Suppose it was Mrs. Gravely.
Huh?
You said yourself she wasn't particularly startled to see you dragging Harry up the path.
Yeah, she wasn't surprised at all.
No point in arguing about it. Let's get rid of him.
So much work. First they bury him, then they dig him up, then now they bury him again. The mystery now is, who killed Harry? Why did they kill Harry?
Come aboard, Miss Gravely. Come aboard. Small, not palatial like yours, but homely, very...
Is that from the bow of a ship?
I'm a man who can recognize the human qualities in a woman.
I should like to offer you some explanation of my sudden invitation this afternoon and my...
This afternoon? Is it still on the same day? How long is this day?
I'm grateful to you for burying my body.
Oh, okay. But we clearly heard a man's voice.
I hit over the head with the leather heel of my hiking shoe and with a metal cleat on the end of it.
But why?
He annoyed me.
Huh.
Suddenly came at me with a wild look in his eye and insisted...
You were his wife.
He very definitely pulled me into the bushes. We fought.
Then what?
He died.
I hit him as hard as ever I could.
But didn't we hear gunshots and then a man's voice saying that I knew how to handle your type? And then fighting sounds?
Mrs. Rogers knocked him silly and you finished him off. She was really his wife.
Poor woman. I thought she had better taste. You would have my crime on your conscience.
It's a pleasure. I'm sure.
Now I realize that Harry man was out of his mind and my action was justifiable.
Self-defense.
You let Harry be. Just forget it ever happened.
I killed him, so it's only fair that I should have the say-so. We'll go and get a spade now.
But, ma'am...
And after we've dug him up...
A dead man had never been so busy, getting buried and dug up and buried and dug up again. All in the same day, apparently. No way. Miss Gravely is the one doing the digging. What happened to Captain Wiles being a gentleman? I suppose when we heard the man shouting at the beginning, maybe that voice belonged to Harry.
It's Harry. What about Harry?
He's with eternity, the ages. Harry's ancient history.
Ancient history is gonna come popping right back in the present.
I killed Harry Warp with the leather heel of my hiking shoe. We're on our way to get Calvin Wiggs.
Harry's dead and buried.
Sam, I've got something to tell you.
Not anymore.
You haven't dug him up again.
He didn't. She did. Phew, why did that closet door open by itself? That's scary.
Nobody could possibly gossip about a lady and a maniac.
You'd be surprised. And the whole of your private life spread indecently in the newspapers.
What makes you think my private life is indecent?
Where they prize indecent.
Frankly, I don't care what you do with Harry, just as long as you don't bring him back to life.
You realize if this thing comes out that all the details of your marriage will be public property?
Oh.
I'll get my shovel.
Again?
You know, I've never been to a homemade funeral before.
This is my third, all in one day.
All in one day, that's the thing. How did all of this happen in one day? Do they have 72 hours in a day?
Next spring, I'll set out some blueberry bushes.
Couldn't you make it something else?
Wherever he was going, he's there now.
He's there a long time ago.
Somebody's running.
Horses.
It's a horse that's learned how to shout.
What's she saying?
He's a millionaire.
Who?
He wants to buy your pictures, Mr. Marlowe. He says you're a genius.
Well, he's right, but still hard to believe he wants to buy all my pictures.
Don't turn down a good chance, Mr. Marlowe.
Yeah, you've done it once before already.
I think they're works of genius, and I want to buy them all.
Too bad.
Why?
Just decided I can't sell them. Besides, you couldn't afford them.
Be unreasonable if you want.
$100,000 per painting.
What do you like most in the whole world?
Strawberries, I guess.
2 boxes of fresh strawberries, first of each month, in season and out of season, from now on.
You should ask for
What
more.
would Arnie like?
Dead rabbits.
A hope chest filled with the things I should have put in it and didn't.
A hope chest, full of hope.
Captain.
Well, I guess he's kind to help all the ones around him.
What's it?
Pardon me.
A wedding?
Come back again. Have some more paintings for you next month.
You'll have a steady customer in me, even if you raise your prices.
Well, his prices weren't very high to begin with, I'm sure.
Congratulations, Sammy.
Did I do the right thing?
Yeah, I suppose you did. You helped all of them. And you weren't greedy.
I love you. I want to marry you. Besides, if you married me, you'd keep your freedom. We might be the only free married couple in the world.
You'll have to give me a little time to think about it.
I'll give you until we get back to your house.
That's a little time.
I found these on a tramp hanging around here. Said he found them on a dead man.
If he's never seen Harry, he shouldn't know that face.
Seems I picked up this tramp with a pair of stolen shoes and a wild story about a corpse.
The key question is whether he believes that tramp. How does... So he just suspects that the shoes are stolen because it's a tramp. Okay.
If he'd known anything, he'd have kept us there.
But modern police methods are all psychological now, Sammy. Psychological. Wear you down until you're almost grateful to get into that gas chamber.
Gas chamber? Nah, he won't suspect them. It's just a wild story by a tramp.
I will marry you. I'm very fond of you, and I think you'd make a good father for Arnie.
I'd almost forgotten that proposal.
I have witnesses, Sam.
Oh, I remember now. You've got yourself a husband.
If I grumble too much at my share of the work in burying Harry, I can see now it was well worth it. And if I can do anything else...
Hold it. We're not quite finished with him yet.
If anybody's through, it's Harry. He's been buried 3 times.
Yeah.
To prove that you're free, you'll have to prove that Harry...
He's dead, but a horrible complication.
Oh,
Dig him up. Dig Harry up again.
Sammy, I'll do anything to help you, but please don't ask me to dig up Harry again. You won't have to wait 7 years to presume death anyway.
7 years.
I could tell how Harry visited me and went off in such a rage today, and that's all we need to know about his being there.
no, somebody else might get the blame. I can think of at least 2 people around here with a good reason for having killed Harry.
Who?
And now Sam.
Oh, right. Yeah,
I didn't
motive.
fall in love with Jennifer until after Harry was dead.
Nobody would know.
Then there's the condition he's in. That'll take some explaining.
Let's get Harry someplace and clean him up.
Every wandering bark I never read, no man ever loved.
I think he met with a bit of an accident, Dr. Greenbow.
It certainly did.
Could you tell us what caused his death? It was so sudden. We could take him someplace where you could see better.
I'll take Harry home to my house.
Dr. Greenbow has been walking around here the whole day. Washing and ironing all his clothes and then putting it back on again. It's that door again.
It's only a closet door.
But why does it keep opening?
I thought it was Harry.
Can you fix the closet door before it gives someone a heart attack?
Calvin Wiggs, what a surprise.
Sam here?
Yes, he's here.
Why don't I just come on in?
Evening, Calvin.
Something you wanted, Calvin?
Where were you today, Sam?
Working as usual.
Where you painted this? What I want to know is, where'd you paint it and who is it?
First of all, it's not a painting, it's a drawing.
That tramp picked up, the one with the stolen shoes. I took this painting down to show him.
Drawing, if you don't mind.
And I took the drawing down to show him. He almost fainted, said it was the same face.
I've lost interest in the game. If you'll forgive me, I'll just run along home. I'll see you all tomorrow.
A man, relaxed, far removed from earthly cares. Instead of creating a sleeping face, I could have chosen an entirely different set of artistic stimuli. A raised eyelid, perhaps.
Yep, ruining the picture.
Yeah.
Whoa, that's actually a great change.
You just destroyed legal evidence. But I still got enough evidence to know something funny's going on around here. I ain't going to sleep till I find out what it is.
So amazing that lead just appeared in his finger suddenly.
What's he doing in our bathtub?
State troopers will be up in the morning. They'll be around.
Oh, where's the dead body?
Where is he?
He's in the bathroom playing with his frog.
Oh.
Okay.
You seem to be fooling around with my car.
Captain Wiles, I guess. Gone to distract him.
What are you playing with the horn for? It ain't your car.
Me and Miss Gravely might be in the car market. We're looking for a car.
You can't afford this car.
They all work together to distract Calvin. Except Arnie.
Well, I put Arnie back to bed.
Here.
From the car. Oh, they got rid of all the evidence.
It was his heart. He had a seizure.
His heart.
Huh.
Yes.
Death from natural causes.
Well, somebody tell me what he's doing in the bathtub half undressed.
Harry's been buried and dug up on and off all day long.
What?
Yeah.
He was dazed, I suppose, after I hit him on the head with the milk bottle.
You didn't have to tell him all that.
Then Miss Gravely thought her shoe was responsible for it, so if you'll just keep quiet about all this, we'll put Harry back in the morning nice and clean.
Put him back, that's all. Put him back. This is the first nightmare I've had in 25 years.
You guys overloaded his brain.
He's kind of strange, isn't he?
Are you sure he's the one who's strange? You didn't need to tell him all that. Poor doctor. Now he's traumatized. So that's where they hid the clothes.
And he'd run home and tell me, and then I'd phone Calvin Wiggs.
And Arnie could explain quite clearly to
That
Calvin.
he found Harry tomorrow.
You mean today?
Tomorrow is yesterday.
And he's back there with his shoes on.
Go on, Arnie, run home and tell me about it.
Don't touch him.
He already told you about it yesterday.
Beat it, you little creep. Hurry home, son.
Hurry home, son.
What did you ask the millionaire to bring you?
A double bed.
The trouble with Harry is over. So it's a story about 4 people trying to cover up a murder that wasn't even a murder. And a poor dead body that got buried, dug up, buried, dug up, buried, and dug up again. And I don't think Harry was even a terrible, horrible guy, because according to Jennifer, she left him only because he believed in horoscopes. So clearly that's part of the comedy. In the end, how did poor Harry die? He got hit over the head silly with a milk bottle. He attacked Miss Gravely, because he thought that Miss Gravely was his wife. And then Miss Gravely hit him on the head with her hiking shoe with a metal cleat at the end of it. And after that, he had a heart attack and died. I think it was very impressive that Dr. Greenbow managed to identify that he died from a heart attack. Did they have the technology or the type of diagnosis to do that back then? I don't know, but I suppose it helps to free all the people from guilt and tell the police that Harry died of natural causes. Alright. And so the trouble with Harry is over. This movie is very different from Hitchcock's usual thrillers. I suppose it's quite nice for a change, but I still prefer his thriller ones. Thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Peace.